Welcome Leo to Moonstone Soul. My name's Deborah. I'm going to do your November 18 reading with a Celtic cross today. I have meditated on the cards, given them a good shuffle, and I've been sitting here with a couple of crystals that are particularly suited to Leo. We have the carnelian, a nice hunk of pyrite. So they go really well with the Leo personality. The sunshiny, the sparkly, strong. So we're just going to do a Celtic cross for you, see what comes out for you today, see what November is offering in regards to energies, perhaps people, situations. I am using the Sun and Moon Tarot deck. That is from, Vanessa DeCourt. I had it right here. So if we have a look to start with at your current situation, we have the Two of Pentacles. Come up for a couple of signs actually. That's change. Obviously Pentacles are with regards to the material world. So that's your job, your home, your finances, your relationships, your possessions, anything that is tangible, that is in your day-to-day life. So when we get the two, we're talking about, another two, lovely. That was to go there, which is even better. So with the two and the change card, we're talking about juggling, perhaps a transition from one situation to another, whether that is juggling finances, people, jobs, maybe you've got two jobs on the go, or maybe there's a life-work balance issue needs sorting out. So obviously something is changing there. And challenging you, we have the Eight of Swords, which, there we go, is the interference card. So that's been made more difficult by outside influences or circumstances that you can't change. So instead of being able to juggle nicely and easily, you've got someone or something, or maybe even yourself. Maybe you've tied your own mind up in knots. It is the Swords, after all, which is all about thoughts, intellect. So some change afoot, just having a little struggle organising that change and integrating it into your life because of something going on outside of you or in your head. So the recent past, we've got the Princess of Swords. So that is something new. Obviously princesses are pages and other decks. So it's manifesting something new on the material plane rather than just in your head. So I would say that has prompted this change. Something new has come along, a new idea, a new business, a new enterprise, a new person perhaps, although I wouldn't really get that from the Princess of Swords unless she was an air sign, or he, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. So if there was a new air sign that came in, they could be exerting their influence with this other Swords card here, the interference card. And in the near future, we have the Two of Cups, which is, of course, the love card. But maybe it is this person. Maybe the person coming in has necessitated a change to your lifestyle or your day-to-day living or your work or your family even. Maybe some other people aren't so keen on those changes, or you're just trying to get your head around it, but it's worth doing because then we get the love card coming up. I'll just draw one more card as your outcome. Whoa, that's too many. Way too many. Try for another one. Crowning you at the top is another balance card, Temperance. In this deck it's also called Art, balancing the yin and the yang, and it's a very creative card, a very healing card, beautiful in the flow card. I would think this isn't in your head. I think it's somebody else, either this Princess of Swords or the people, the nearest and dearest, that are finding these changes perhaps a little difficult for them to deal with. We'll also look at the bottom card, Prudence, Eight of Pentacles. So yeah, maybe just have to take things a little bit slow, be mindful of your resources, which does include energy as well as the people around you. So just to give you a look at this Temperance card in this deck, very much the light and the dark, the yin and the yang, the earth and the water, which flows really well together. Water is, even though this is the card of Sagittarius, which is a fellow fire sign, there's a lot of water in this card. Not only is she standing in the stream, she's in the flow, but she's flowing water from cup to cup. It's a lovely flowing card. And down here, the foundation, the basis of the whole situation is your card, one of your cards, the Six of Wands, which is the Victory card. So that bodes very well for Leo. Whatever is changing is for the better. You just have a few challenges to work out. It's all very positive cards around that. In your ego position, we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. I don't normally read reversals with this deck, but that's how it's come out. So perhaps, again, more water in here. Perhaps you're not as emotionally stable as you think, or you're trying to get emotionally stable. This is really throwing you for a bit of a loop, I think. You're loving it, but you've got to integrate that into your own emotional well-being. Queen of Cups, obviously, an intuitive, loving, nurturing, mothering sign. So I would suggest maybe just be gentle on yourself. Give yourself a little mothering, whether you're male or female. Nurture yourself a little bit to get you through these hurdles. It looks to me in this particular case that it is probably a love situation, although love can mean not always romantic love, of course. It can mean a platonic friendship or a child even. The princesses or pages can represent children. Maybe you have a new child coming in your life and you just got to integrate this new person. And this also, in your outside influences, Six of Cups, the pleasure card, can also donate children. It can also be, I call it the soulmate card. Something from your past, somebody from your past. I would say it's a person. It could also be a child or someone you've known since childhood who's come in out of the blue. Either way, it's lovely. It's a beautiful card to have in your exterior influences here, what's going on around you that you can't control. And it definitely goes beautifully with the Two of Cups. So this and the Victory card here just looks fantastic. Your hopes and fears. Well, everybody fears strife, don't they? Goes along with this interference card. So whether this is something that is actually real, this strife, this interference, or whether it's just something that you are anticipating because perhaps this new person or this returned person you know is going to cause some issues around you. But that's in your hopes and fears. But it's a minor card, you know, it's one of the minor arcana, Five of Wands. And that can, this particular card isn't a real heavy, you know, like some of the other decks, a very heavy conflict. This might just be a few niggles, 5 is a number of tweaking halfway between the 1 and the 10, and that's where we find things that are working or not working, and we've just got to tweak it up, fine-tune things, and then we'll be fine. It's not a huge one to get over, just be aware of it. But if it is a fear, it may just be in your head, as is the interference card in your head. Maybe you're jumping at shadows a little bit. Might not actually be as bad as you think, or bad at all, because the rest of the cards are great, except Queen of Cups in reverse. But I think you might be doing that to yourself. So let's have a look at the outcome card, and that's the Princess of Wands. And that is a fabulous card. That's you. For a fire sign, it's lovely. It's not as mature as the Queen or the King, obviously, but the Princess has a lovely flow about her. She's enthusiastic. She's confident. She's passionate. She is not, as I say, a mature thing. So perhaps this is a new relationship, and this is the start of something really fabulous. It would look to me like it's a relationship. 2 princesses in there. There's no male figures, but that's okay. Or maybe it is a young child, a female child. Either way, it looks lovely if you can just get out of your own head a little bit, anticipate any problems and deal with them as they arise or before they arise. And then you will turn your Queen of Cups the right way up. Because she is a mother, it could indeed be a child or a younger person, or it just may make you feel this whole situation, just may make you feel like a child again, give you that enthusiasm, the verve, the fun, and that's what Leo's all about. Leo is a real fun-loving sign and very creative. It might just really get your juices flowing, so it looks really, really good. I'm not going to get any clarifiers there. That all looks pretty self-explanatory, I think. I'm going to do an oracle card for you, and this deck is a deck I don't use very often. It's Madame Endora's fortune cards. Pretty old school these, but I like them. And they usually come up with something to ponder on. So you'll see what this is for Leo. We've got 2 just flipped there. I chose this for Leo because the cards here do remind me somewhat of a lion, just the shape. So we've got 2. We'll take this one first, the Gate. A barrier keeps you from your goal. We're looking at this. I think the only thing keeping you from your goal is the interference, either from an outside party, which I can't see that here. I think the 2 challenging cards are coming from inside your own head. So that barrier really is just the what's going on in your own brain. So we'll just see what it says here. They're very short, these descriptions. It says, the gate represents an unavoidable obstacle that stands between you and your goal. So obviously these are your goals up here, and things standing in your way are here. The gate may not be opened without the proper key. However, once unlocked, it leads to a desirable place, which we can see in these 2 cards and this one. And this one. But these together suggest something pretty fabulous, possibly quite physical as well if it's a romantic pairing rather than a family pairing. So there's the gate, and along with that is the raven. Darkness looms on the horizon, which we can see here, the strife. But maybe that isn't all so much in your head. We'll just have a look at the raven. The raven is an omen or warning of ill portent. This dark harbinger is a creature of the shadows and a scavenger among the ruins. Darkness looms on the horizon. Take heed. I cannot see any darkness here except what's going on in your own brain. So maybe just to sort your own brain out, everything will be fine. So if you sort out your head, your actions, and your emotions, and you will be good to go. I think you're bringing this in with your own thoughts. Maybe you can't believe your luck. Maybe you think it might be too good to be true, but it isn't. It's coming. That's yours, and you deserve it. So I also close out the readings with a Crystal Angels Oracle card. It's by Doreen Virtue, and we have Emerald, ceremonies and celebrations. It's a time of important life passages such as weddings, birthdays, graduations, or anniversaries, which is perhaps brought in this person from the past. Maybe you meet them at a celebration. These cards don't necessarily have to be taken literally as such. It's just sort of an energy. I don't have an emerald to show you. Well, I do, but actually it's tucked away. So I'll read what it says here for you. There will be a reason to gather with loved ones and celebrate together. This card is a sign of an important human ritual to signify a passage, such as a wedding, birth, or graduation. You may be called into leadership for this event, including being a planner or officiant. Leos can be fantastic leaders, and they're particularly good at organising parties. So I think you'll do very well there, and you'll shine, as it says up here. This card may be a sign of taking a love relationship to the next level. Looks like it here, doesn't it? And celebrating your union. If you're currently single, this can be a positive sign of meeting your long-term partner. Ultimately, you are a conduit to bring the divine energy to earth and have the ability to celebrate all life for the upliftment and healing of others. This green stone is part of the beryl family, and it is beautiful in both its raw and polished states. Emerald magnifies divine healing, love, and enhances spiritual knowingness of non-duality. It's a union card, bringing two people together, like the Two of Cups. So that goes very well there. It is also an empowering stone that brings out your inner high priest or priestess. The other thing about emerald is that it is a green stone, and you can see here the green is featured heavily in the illustration. And all green stones, I can't think of any exceptions really, they all relate to the heart chakra, the fourth chakra, right just in between here. In fact, I've got a green stone on mine. I don't know if you can see that very well. And green stones really help balance out your fourth chakra and get some real love energy going on, the giving and the receiving, love of all kinds, not necessarily romantic. But after reading that card, this does seem like it could be romantic. I'm getting the feeling of either a young child is coming in, whether it's a baby or just a younger person who's coming into your life for some reason, or if it's not that, I think it's probably a romantic thing, but it could also, if that doesn't apply, it could also be a young child. And if you work on an emerald or another green stone, if you happen to have one, they're pretty common and expensive. Maybe just wear that close to your heart, see if you can't get this Queen of Cups the right way around, and then I think you will be good to go if you can just get out of your own head. I can't see any doom or gloom, except, as I say, the potential of it being in your mind. So if you can clear that and just go with it, it seems like a lovely reading. I hope November turns out well for you. If you want to put some comments down below, I'd love to hear how this plays out for you. In the meantime, I will see you in early December for your December readings. Have a lovely November.